I learned a trick from an 85-year-old apple farmer that is going to change how you grow apples forever. Let's go. When I first started growing apples, I was the type of gardener that would keep all my fruits on my tree. I would never do any thinning whatsoever. And what I found is that my fruit quality really suffered. Some fruits would kind of shade others and they wouldn't fully get sunlight, so they wouldn't fully ripen and get color. Others would be small and misshapen, and the tree was ultimately very stressed, and it would exhibit what's called biennialism. And that's where if you let your tree fruit a ton, what will happen is it will have years of heavy bearing years and then years where there's nothing. And a lot of gardeners kind of complain about this, but don't realize that there's something you can do to actually completely reduce all of these issues. And that is what an 85-year-old farmer taught me. And he's got an orchard probably about 20 miles from here. And I kind of shadowed him and talked to him and asked him what he did. And he said, well, I need help. So why don't you come help me and you'll learn. So I did. And I went out there, and what he showed me really changed how I grew apples and how I grew most fruits, because not only will this apply to apples, but it will also apply to peaches, to, not cherries, but, larger fruits, right? So peaches, plums, nectarines, apricots, pears, apples, most larger fruits you can apply this to. But for me, it just changed how I grew apples, because I would leave the whole tree just filled to the brim with apples. And so many problems happened from it. So what did he tell me? Well, I'll show you. So what he showed me was when you get a cluster of apples like this had really good fruit set. This is the René de Pomme, and it's a French cider apple. And this will yield a lot of fruits per cluster here. It has really good fruit set. But you'll notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 apples all right here. That's just not practical. And so some thinning is going to need to be done. Well, how much thinning? So by thinning, we're going to basically physically remove some of these fruits, right? Get those gone. Well, so now we have 3, 1, 2, and 3. Well, this one's still undersized, so maybe that one can go, right? Now we have 2. Do you want to keep 2? No, you really shouldn't even keep 2, and here's why. Because what he told me is you want to keep your fruit a phone call away. If that makes sense to you, if you get the reference, this is how far fruit should be. Because when someone says, call me, give me a call, they make like a phone symbol with their hand. That is about the distance you want to have in between your fruits. So basically what you can do is you can find that largest fruit. There aren't always a cluster of 5, but pick out your largest fruit. Put your thumb on the fruit, and anywhere in that radius, anywhere in the radius on that branch or on an adjacent branch, you need to clear, because that fruit needs to be a phone call away. And if you keep all of your fruit a phone call away, that will ensure that enough energy goes to that fruit to ripen it, to enlarge it, to allow sunlight, to give it good color. You'll get better fruit quality. It will reduce your yield on your tree, but it will give you better quality yield and continual yield, so you won't have biennialism. Won't shut the tree down by keeping it a phone call away. It is the simplest trick, but it's been the #1 tool that I've used in all my years of growing apples. All right, so now we're here with an apple called Sweet 16. I love this apple. It's a really good apple, but it's also a very heavy yielder this year for the size of tree that it is. Now, we've got over here a branch here. So this branch, you'll see, we've got 1 apple and 2 apples. And what's great is those are a phone call away. But then we have another cluster of apples over here underneath. They're right next to it. These are gonna go. Those, keep that a phone call away. Now, we have over here, we have an apple, another apple. Those are a phone call away. And then we have over here, we have an apple and an apple. So we're gonna pick the largest of the 2. And then we wanna keep them a phone call away. But see, these ones are too close. There's I'm not sure if you can see that there. There's an apple here and an apple here. Those are not a phone call away. There's this one here. Now, it's a little unfortunate because this top apple is the smallest of the 2. But I also have another apple here, right? So this one is definitely not a phone call away, but it is from here. This one is almost a phone call away. So I'm going to select this top apple here. And then I'm going to select, because that's too close, I'm going to select this underside apple here. So now we have a phone call, almost a phone call, and check it out. Like we have an apple up here, an apple right here, phone call. And then going up the tree, if I walk around the tree for this one, we got another apple up at the very top, up here, and check it out, phone call. My apples are a phone call away. And that is the most simple trick that you can apply to getting better fruit quality, more, higher quality fruit, but just better fruit in general. And you're actually the tree is going to thank you so much for doing this. By taking off those apples, you're not only going to have a healthier tree, a less stressed tree, a more annual bearing tree. The fruit quality is going to be twice as large as if you left all of them on. And on top of all of that, we're talking about tree stress and tree disease. If you have a stressed tree, it is way more likely to suffer from diseases and pests because its immune system is going to be weaker. So by reducing that fruit yield, that fruit load, you're going to do yourself some huge favors. And I can't thank that farmer enough. His name's Marvin, and I've talked about him in the past. And Marvin, he's an amazing guy, and he's since gotten out of the orchard business, but he's a legendary guy, and I really appreciate him so much. 85 years, and he was 85 years old probably about 8 years ago. He's still alive. I think he's probably 90. Well, he's probably in his 90s, early 90s right now, and really great guy. Learned so much from him. So there you go. There is the quick and simple way to hopefully change how you grow apples forever. Marvin has taught me so many things. I've got so many other videos that I have planned to talk about that he's taught me. But this one, it was just so simple. And it was very, it was kind of a timely thing. A lot of people ask, the final question is, when should I be doing this? When should I be thinning? We always recommend thinning after June because apples will go through what's called June drop. And June drop is typically where the tree will kind of self-thin. But sometimes it will still hold too much fruit. So after the tree has self-thinned, that's where we go in and we actually will manually thin from there. And that's after June. So since we're in July, it's a good time to do this. It was a timely video, and I thought that you might be able to benefit from this. So I want to thank you so much for checking this video out. I hope it helped. I hope you all learned something new. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments box down below if your apples are a phone call away and the results that you've had, or some other tips to thinning, maybe tricks you've learned to thinning your apples out. And, do you thin your apples? I'd be curious to know as well. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you all to grow bigger. We'll catch you later. See ya. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care.